Warning, this video contains Code Geass spoilers. All the spoilers. All of them.
What is up everybody, it's Animac and welcome to a brand new Code Geass video. And in this video we will be talking about Blue Geass. There are still many mysteries left to be solved within the world of Code Geass, and one of the biggest ones is what exactly is Blue Geass and why is it different from all other types of Geass, which are always reddish, either darker red or lighter red, but generally always some shade of red. I think that I may have finally solved the mystery of Blue Geass and what makes it different from regular types of Geass. And I think that this might actually have some important consequences for Season 3. Don't forget that here at Anime Uproar we want to be your #1 source for all the latest theories and news for Code Geass Season 3 and a bunch of other animes, so be sure to subscribe for more and click that notification bell so you can be the first to know every time we learn something new. Now the very first time that we see any type of Geass manifest as blue is when Jeremiah Gottwald gets his Geass Chancellor in the original Code Geass series. And actually at first I didn't think much of this because I thought that his Geass was only a different color because it was artificial. It was created artificially, so I thought that was why it was blue rather than red. However, in the official Code Geass OVA called Akito the Exiled, a new character is introduced by the name of Leila Malkal or Leila Brizgau, who actually has Blue Geass. In Akito the Exiled we learned that Layla actually got her power from C2. She got her Geass from C2, so we know for sure that it is not artificial. And we also learned that C2 gives Layla an interesting option to her contract. She tells her that her Geass will be activated only if Layla chooses to use it sometime before reaching full adulthood. But if she chooses not to use it, the Geass power would not be activated, which is kind of unique. In the final episode of the OVA, we ultimately see Layla's power finally manifesting itself, and the interesting thing about it, of course, is that her Geass is blue. Now, the exact details about how Layla's Geass power works are unknown to us, and they're even unknown to Layla herself. However, I believe that I finally figured out how her Geass power works and why exactly it is blue, big thanks to No Digit, Phantom H, The Rat, and Emperor Lelouch v Britannia, not the real one but the guy on our Discord, for giving me some really good feedback on my theories. Thank you guys. And if you want to join our Discord server and help with future theories and future videos, the link is in the description. So the big question is, how does Layla's Geass power actually work and why is it blue? In episode 3 of Akito the Exiled, an elderly gypsy lady tells Layla that the curse or Geass that C2 gave her as a child has the power to help her protect those she loves and cares about, such as Akito, for example, for whom she develops feelings throughout the show, even though Layla herself does not know how her Geass power actually works. So Layla's Geass power is understood to be the power to protect those she loves and cares about in some way. And this is almost the exact opposite of the power of Shin Hyuga Shang, who is the main villain of the series and whose Geass power is to force those he cares about and loves to kill themselves or to kill someone else. And this is because he believes that life is a curse, life is suffering, and that those he loves are better off dead than continuing on to live in this world. Now my theory is that the reason Layla's power is different, the reason it manifests as blue, is because her Geass is completely selfless. She only wants to help others, those she cares about. She only wants others to be happy. Her Geass power does not benefit her or give her power in any direct way. If you think back to Jeremiah Gottwald or Lord Orange, the effect of his Geass is very similar. His Geass Chancellor does not make him more powerful or benefit him in any way. All it does is it has an effect on other people, and he believes that the effect is to help other people by disarming dangerous Geass users. So what Orange does when he allows the Geass Order to experiment on him in order to create the artificial Geass is he essentially sacrifices his body in the name of his loyalty, in the name of others, because he believes that he is serving a higher purpose and a higher good at the expense of his own body. Now, of course, Orange's Geass power is artificial and it is a Geass Chancellor. It essentially inverts the power of the Geass that others use. So that is why the symbol of Geass on his eye is actually upside down. It is inverted. But could it be that for those individuals who receive Geass, but their wish, their greatest wish, is completely selfless, they don't want any power for themselves, they only want to help others, that they are the ones whose Geass manifests as blue. Don't forget that the Geass power of each individual Geass user is catered to their own motivations, their own ambitions and wishes. So for the red Geass users, we know that they are motivated by power or personal benefit. So for C2, she wants to be loved by others. For Lelouch, he wants to have control over others so that he can achieve his political goals. We might say that his overall ambition is a good one. However, he of course uses very much self-interested tactics and motivations in order to get to where he wants to be to create a better world. We also know that Mao can read minds because he doesn't want to be lonely, so he knows how to read the minds of other people. And we know that Charles, who wants to reshape the world to his own liking, can rewrite the memories of other people, and so on. I believe that this selfless aspect of Blue Geass is the reason why the mysterious being with code that appears in Akito the Exiled, the female that identifies herself as a guardian of space-time and a representation of collective consciousness, says to Layla that while she initially thought that humans were not worthy of having Geass and that Geass should be taken away from them even at the price of humanity going extinct, now this being believes, because of Layla, that Layla is unique and that she might change her mind about humanity because of Layla's unique Geass. I believe that Layla proves herself to be worthy of Geass in the eyes of this mysterious being because her motivations are selfless. She is not after power, she does not crave power for herself. Episode 5 of Akito the Exiled, the final episode, is really important and it tells us a lot about Layla's Geass. This episode, which is titled To the Beloved Ones, shows us that Layla's Geass seems to be actually capable of reshaping the physical world in order to allow her to save those she loves. If we look at around the 32-minute mark of episode 5, we see that Akito and his brother Shin, their minds seem to briefly merge together into a single consciousness. And this is presumably due to the effect that Shin's Geass power had on his brother as a child. This power seems to linger with Akito, just like Lelouch's command to live seems to linger with Suzaku. The scientists who are at this time monitoring Akito's brainwaves conclude that human thoughts are able to actually interfere with the real world. Layla's friend, who is a scientist, actually says, "Perhaps our universe shapes itself according to its beholder's observation." She says that the entanglement of multiple people's minds gives birth to an overwhelming observer, or a sentient creature that is a representation of this collective consciousness. Such a being could go beyond the scope of space and time, and even the past is not a certainty anymore. What's more, we can create the whole universe anew. At around the 36-minute mark in Akito, just as Layla's friends are killed in an attack, Layla's Geass is finally activated and it shines blue. She calls out the names of her friends. She sees a vision of her parents who are dead. She sees a vision of Akito being in danger, and suddenly she finds herself back in the same room, but in a moment in time where her friends had not been attacked yet and they are actually still alive. And at this point, while time appears to be frozen, a mysterious being with code appears to Layla and tells Layla that she is the guardian of space-time and a representation of collective consciousness. She says that the collective consciousness intervenes in the evolution of the universe. She says that humans crave power and only want to have their wishes granted, but Layla's power is somehow unique. Layla says that what she is wishing for is the happiness of everyone, so again, her power is selfless. The being then goes on to say that the power Layla possesses is a fragment of Geass, and that people should not be able to possess the full extent of Geass power. So the collective consciousness wants to take this power back from humans. This being thought, of humans as a defective form of life that should not have any contact with Geass. She would have preferred that humans become extinct rather than to have this power. However, she tells Layla the following: "But you may be the one who will disprove my opinion. If only she can stop the man who is cursed by his Geass power," meaning Shin Hyuga Shang. And again, this emphasizes the concept that Layla's power is the opposite of Shin's and that she must be the one to stop him. After this, Layla returns to the point before her friends died, and she succeeds in stopping the attack that was supposed to kill them. So what happened here? Was Layla seeing her friends die just a vivid example of precognition? Or did her Geass actually turn back time in order to save those she loves? When at the very end of this episode, Layla's power activates again just as Shin is about to kill Akito, Shin sees those who love Akito projected in front of him as visions, preventing him from killing Akito. So Layla's Geass power seems to also give her a special mental connection with those that she cares for. As Shin is dying, Layla's Geass acts through Akito to allow him and Shin to share a heartwarming vision of their childhood. In the manga Oz of the Reflection, we see a brief description of Layla's power, and this description reads the following: "There was another that wanted to be able to keep things from going the way they were," meaning Layla, the other, wanted to change the direction of where things were going. This seems to be saying that when someone close to her is in danger, Layla can change reality itself to save them. She was recognized by the collective consciousness as unique because her greatest wish and Geass power is selfless. She wants only to help others and to save the ones she loves. She doesn't want power or benefits for herself. I want to thank Phantom H from our Discord server for translating this quote from the Portuguese, because we could not find an online version of the English manga, but he was able to find the Portuguese one. Thanks a lot, bro. I feel that this being, this collective consciousness, after watching for centuries humans abuse Geass power only because they crave more power and benefit for themselves, was amazed to finally find a human like Layla who only wanted to help others, who did not want to abuse Geass power in order to gain more things for herself. And this selflessness is what I believe distinguishes Layla's Geass from others. This selflessness is what makes her Geass manifest as blue. Another unique thing about Layla's power is that it seems to challenge our usual understanding of Geass to be a strictly mental power, because she seems capable of altering physical reality when she seems to turn back time in order to protect those she loves. However, this is not the only example of Geass altering physical reality. In the Code Geass manga, Renya of the Darkness, a character called Emperor Dash has a Geass power which seemingly allows him to alter reality by allowing him to turn individuals like Talia into a nightmare. Although the details on how exactly this power works are very vague, it seems to go hand in hand with this concept of the mind actually reshaping the physical world. So here are my biggest takeaways from all of this. I believe that those whose greatest wish is completely selfless and who then gain Geass power will have their Geass power manifest as blue. The other big takeaway that I got from this is that if Layla's Geass and Dash's Geass in the manga truly allow them to alter physical reality, that would really change the stakes and raise the stakes for Code Geass Season 3. If Geass power can go beyond mental effects and actually reshape the world itself, the physical world, then this has huge implications for what might happen in Season 3. We might see new, more powerful versions of Geass. We might see the collective consciousness using their power to alter physical reality, potentially becoming a villain in the sequel, potentially doing other things that might be interesting. And of course, there is also the fact that Layla still has a valid contract with C2, and she has this unique Geass power. So it is very possible that all of this might come into play in Season 3, and Layla from Akito the Exiled might return as an important character in the Code Geass sequel. So, what do you guys think? Do you agree that blue Geass might indicate selflessness, and that those who have a selfless desire to only help others or serve others, like Orange, will have their Geass manifest as blue? Also, do you really think that Layla's power is capable of altering physical reality, so turning back time, for example? And what implications do you think that could have for Code Geass Season 3? Be sure to let me know in the comments, because I would love to hear from you. And just a quick side note, a member of our Discord called Reformation in Progress mentioned that he saw on Reddit and My Anime List articles being posted, or posts being posted on the forums, claiming that the Code Geass PV, or promotional video that leaked onto YouTube about a few weeks ago, is actually not the full preview that was shown at the anniversary event for Code Geass. The people that have been posting these messages are claiming that there is more to the PV, that at some point in the extended preview or extended teaser trailer, you can actually see Lelouch with blue Geass in one of his eyes. Now, I don't know if any of this is true, it could be just rumors, but if Lelouch really did have blue Geass in his eye, this could back my selflessness theory. Because if Lelouch, after choosing to sacrifice himself at the end of R2 in order to create a better world, so give up all of his power, perhaps he thought that he was giving up his life, even if he didn't. We don't know if he was aware that he had code. Giving up all of his power, everything that he worked for in order to create a better world for others, perhaps that selflessness, that sacrifice somehow resulted in his Geass manifesting as blue. Again, this is just rumors. I don't know if any of this about Lelouch having a blue Geass is true, but if he really did, I think that this theory would make sense. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you like these types of videos, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to chat with us on a daily basis, you can join our Discord server. The link is in the description. And until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.